Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what do, how we live. And let's continue the series I've been doing, and it's winding down, where I attempt to name the best player in each NFL franchise's history, their GOAT. Been doing them in alphabetical order. We only have 5 teams left, starting with the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers have been a franchise since 1946. Plenty of success. Been around for 79 seasons, as you probably know. They've had numerous outstanding players. Now, 2 off seasons ago, I did my NFL Mount Rushmores by teams. 4 best players in each team's history in my eyes. Last off season, I did my NFL Mount Rushmores by position. 4 best players each position, NFL history. So before getting into who I believe is the GOAT of the team for each of these, I've been revisiting the Mount Rushmores, taking a look, seeing if I would make any changes. So in alphabetical order, and this one is outstanding. We got Ronnie Lott, first ballot Hall of Famer in 2000, named 4-time first team All Pro with the 49ers. Joe Cool, Joe Montana, of course, went 4-0 with the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Jerry Rice pretty much has every receiving record known to man. And Steve Young won a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback with the Niners, had a 91-33 record as a starting quarterback. I think that's going to be the majority of people's Mount Rushmore, although that is keeping off numerous great players. So some honorable mentions include Roger Craig, Leo Nominelli, Fred Dean, Charles Haley, Merton Hanks, George McElhenney, Dwight Clark, Y.A. Tittle, Jimmy Johnson, Bryant Young, Patrick Willis, Joe Staley, Bob St. Clair, Frank Gore, Terrell Owens, and Cedric Hardman, to name a few. I'll get into the active roster towards the end of the video. But anyhow, who is the greatest 49er of all time? It's really between 2 guys, and is there a wrong answer? Probably not. I'm going with wide receiver Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was the 16th overall pick in the 1985 NFL Draft. Ended up playing 16 seasons for the 49ers from 1985 to 2000. First ballot Hall of Famer in 2010. Rice was named Offensive Player of the Year in 1987 and 1993. Also had Offensive Player of the Year finishes with the 49ers of third 3 times and fifth twice, actually second as well. He had MVP finishes, runner-up twice, third twice, sixth and seventh in his historic career. Let's take a look at his season-by-season numbers via his Pro Football Reference page, and we see there's bold ink everywhere, but altogether with the 49ers. 1,281 catches, 19,247 yards, 176 receiving touchdowns. Absolutely incredible. He also added 10 touchdowns on the ground. Bold ink everywhere. You see he led the league in receiving yards 6 times, receptions twice, and receiving touchdowns 6 times with the 49ers. That 1987 season, that was a 12-game season, and he played 12 games that season, I should say, and he caught 22 touchdown receptions. That's a record that stood for over 2 decades until Randy Moss surpassed him with the New England Patriots. But altogether, 80.9 receiving yards per game with the 49ers. First team All Pro a total of 10 times, 5 straight seasons from 86 to 90, 5 straight seasons from 92 to 96, 11 straight Pro Bowl nods from 86 to 96. Also made the Pro Bowl in 1998. Member of 3 Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49er teams. Altogether in the postseason, 19 touchdown receptions and 1,811 yards receiving in 23 playoff games. Many people, almost everyone universally considers him the best wide receiver of all time. Rice named the Hall of Fame All 1990s team, All 1980s team, 100th anniversary team, was the Super Bowl 23 MVP. I could go on and on and on about his accolades and his numbers that are unprecedented for wide receivers. I mean, career 1,549 receptions, 22,895 yards, 197 receiving touchdowns, all NFL records. Some of that with the Raiders and Seahawks, but the majority with the 49ers. Most career touchdowns, regardless of whether receiving, rushing, etc. Jerry Rice, and this was really tough. He's my all-time 49er best player. Of course, Joe Montana's the other guy I widely considered. Um, 4-0 in the Super Bowl. I could understand if you would choose him. Many people consider him the best quarterback of all time until Tom Brady came around, and I would argue that Joe Montana at least was better in the postseason than Brady. But Brady's Super Bowl rings gives him the advantage over pretty much anyone, according to most people. But what are your thoughts? Do you agree that Jerry Rice is the best 49er of all time? As I mentioned, with each of these, I take a look at the active roster and decide if anyone can surpass the GOAT or at least be a Mount Rushmore member, and I'm going to say no. And it's not that the 49ers don't have great players. They absolutely do. But do you see how loaded this Mount Rushmore is? I mean, let's be honest. Ronnie Lott and Steve Young would probably be the GOAT of many NFL franchises. And they weren't even in my top two. But some guys who could definitely be honorable mentions. Christian McCaffrey just joined the team 2 seasons ago, but has been stellar already. We'll see if Brock Purdy could keep up his magic. I mean, George Kittle is going to be an all-time great tight end. Trent Williams, all-time great left tackle. Played many years with Washington as well. And Nick Bosa, off to a great start in his career. Fred Warner looking like arguably the best middle linebacker in all of football. I mean, they have a stacked roster. Of course, reached a Super Bowl this last year. Recently reached another Super Bowl when they had Jimmy G at quarterback. Weren't able to win either of them. But again, some great players. I just can't see any of them overtaking one of these top four guys. But stay tuned for tomorrow. I will be doing the Seattle Seahawks. Who is their best player in franchise history? Again, these are running out. They're all on the playlist, as are my Mount Rushmore videos. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.